In the world of modern warfare, speed has always been the ultimate game changer. From the invention of the first fighter jets to the development of intercontinental ballistic missiles, nations have always sought to strike faster, harder, and with greater precision than their adversaries. But today, in 2025, we stand at the dawn of a new era of weapons technology, hypersonic missiles. These are not just faster than anything we have seen before. They are redefining what it means to wage war. Hypersonic weapons are missiles that can travel at speeds above Mach 5, 5 times the speed of sound, and some of them can even reach speeds close to Mach 10. To put that into perspective, that's over 12,000 kilometers per hour, fast enough to cross entire countries in a matter of minutes. Traditional missile defense systems, which were designed to track and intercept ballistic missiles, are struggling to keep up with this new threat. This has led military analysts to declare that hypersonic weapons are, at least for now, unstoppable. So what makes hypersonic missiles so different and so dangerous? For decades, ballistic missiles have been the backbone of nuclear deterrence. They are launched high into the atmosphere, follow a predictable arc, and then plunge back down toward their target. This predictable flight path has allowed missile defense systems like the U.S. DAD, Israel's Iron Dome, and Russia's S-400 to intercept them with some degree of success. But hypersonic missiles don't play by those rules. Unlike ballistic missiles, they can fly at lower altitudes, maneuver unpredictably, and change their trajectory mid-flight. That means radars cannot track them accurately, and interception systems cannot predict where they're going to be. In short, hypersonics are designed to slip through the cracks of modern defenses. There are two main types of hypersonic weapons: hypersonic glide vehicles, or HG-verses, and hypersonic cruise missiles. Glide vehicles are launched atop a rocket into the upper atmosphere, after which they detach and glide toward their target at hypersonic speeds, weaving unpredictably to avoid defenses. Cruise missiles, on the other hand, are powered by advanced engines like scramjets, which allow them to sustain hypersonic speeds while flying closer to ground. Both types are terrifyingly effective because they combine speed, maneuverability, and surprise, making them nearly impossible to stop once launched in 2025. The race for hypersonic supremacy is being led by three giants: the United States, Russia, and China. Russia has been the most vocal about its hypersonic capabilities, claiming to already have deployed operational systems like the Vanguard hypersonic glide vehicle and the Kinzhal air-launched hypersonic missile. The Vanguard, according to Russian officials, can travel at speeds up to Mach 27 and can carry both conventional and nuclear warheads. Kinzhal, which is essentially a modified ballistic missile launched from an MiG-31 fighter jet, has been tested at Mach 10 and has a range of over 2,000 kilometers. Russia has even claimed that some of these weapons have been used in combat, though independent verification remains difficult. The message, however, is clear: Russia wants the world to know it is ahead in this deadly game. China, on the other hand, has been rapidly closing the gap. Its DF-17 missile system, equipped with a hypersonic glide vehicle, has already entered service. The DF-17 is designed specifically to overwhelm U.S. and allied missile defenses in the Pacific, particularly those protecting Japan, South Korea, and American bases in Guam. China has also tested the DF-CF hypersonic glide vehicle, which can be launched from multiple platforms. With its growing navy and ambitions in the South China Sea, Beijing sees hypersonic weapons as a way to deny the U.S. military access to its sphere of influence. In 2021, reports surfaced of China testing a hypersonic missile that circled the globe before striking its target, a feat that stunned U.S. defense officials and demonstrated how far ahead China might actually be. The United States, long seen as a leader in cutting-edge weapons development, has been investing billions of dollars to catch up in the hypersonic race. Programs like the AGM-183 air-launched rapid response weapon air then tested multiple times with mixed results. Other programs like the hypersonic air-breathing weapon concept and the long-range hypersonic weapon are in advanced stages of development. By 2025. The U.S. military aims to deploy multiple hypersonic systems across its Air Force, Navy, and Army. Unlike Russia and China, which have focused more on operational deployment, the U.S. has been pouring resources into ensuring that its hypersonic weapons are not only fast, but also accurate and reliable. Washington understands that in any future conflict with great powers, hypersonics could be the difference between winning and losing. But hypersonics are not just about offense. They're also about deterrence. The very existence of these weapons creates uncertainty. If a hypersonic missile can reach its target in minutes, decision makers have far less time to react. In the Cold War, nuclear deterrence was based on the concept of mutually assured destruction. If one side launched, the other would have enough time to detect and retaliate, ensuring that both would be destroyed. Hypersonics compressed that timeline dramatically. Leaders might have only minutes to decide whether to respond to an incoming strike, increasing the risk of miscalculation and escalation. This is why many experts call hypersonic weapons destabilizing. They don't just make war more deadly, they make it more likely. Another dimension of hypersonic weapons is their versatility. While they can certainly be fitted with nuclear warheads, they're also being designed for conventional strikes. Imagine a weapon that can take out a key military base, an aircraft carrier, or even a hardened bunker with pinpoint accuracy, all within minutes of launch. For the US, this fits into its doctrine of prompt global strike, the ability to hit any target on Earth quickly and precisely without resorting to nuclear weapons for Russia and China. Hypersonics serve as a way to counterbalance America's overwhelming advantage in conventional forces, particularly aircraft carriers and stealth bombers. In both cases, hypersonics are seen as a great equalizer, but the rise of hypersonics also raises an important question. Can they be stopped? Right now, the answer is not easily. Traditional missile defense systems like DAAD, Aegis, and Patriot were built to intercept ballistic missiles with predictable trajectories. Hypersonics, by contrast, fly lower, faster, and can maneuver unpredictably. This makes them extremely hard to track on radar and nearly impossible to intercept with current defenses. The U.S. is working on new technologies to counter this, such as space-based sensors, directed energy, weapons, and advanced interceptors. But these systems are still years away from deployment. Until then, hypersonics remain a near unbeatable threat. The development of hypersonic weapons is also creating ripple effects beyond the military. Smaller nations worried about being caught in the crossfire are now rethinking their defense strategies. Alliances like NATO are scrambling to adapt to this new reality, and defense spending is surging across the board.